Big schedule today. We are going to be talking about AEW Dynamite Live ES. We're going to be giving a preview and prediction show for Revolution. We're going to talk a little bit about AEW Fight Forever, and we're going to talk about them damn Meltzer Awards. Let's get it. Wrestling! Shout! What is going on? I am Jesse Carter. Joining me as always, James Pinard Jr. James, we got a new intro, man. Finally.
I know it took us 128, 29 episodes.
Yeah, it's 128. It's 120.
Who's counting anyways?
Right. Yeah, starting to lose count at this point, right? Like it was big once you get to the 100. Now it's just like extra episodes, man.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, dude. So if you're watching on the video, then you've seen the new intro. It's a short clip. Obviously, the intro song will always stay the same, man. Like that's shout out to the original foundation of the pro wrestling shoot and my boy Chase McClendon who hooked us up with that intro. So that song will always stay. But new intro video, man. I'm stoked about it. Stoked.
Yeah, it's a new addition to the family, if you will, and it's a great one.
Yeah, absolutely, man. How was your week?
Pretty good. We actually went to I know I was posting photos yesterday.
Freaking Disneyland again.
Yeah, Disneyland. We're supposed to go tomorrow too.
Dang, dude.
Yeah.
Don't get burnt out before we come up there because we're coming down there and we want to at least do 2 days of Disneyland. So we're gonna bite the bullet. We're gonna pay for the tickets. We're gonna go to. It'll probably be the one and only time we ever go to Disneyland for the rest of our lives. But we're gonna go. I just can't justify even paying for that for 2 days right now. Like it's like $700 or something like that. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's ridiculous, but hey, it's cheaper if you're SoCal resident, so
right, dude. So yeah, we got some people in the chat that have already showed up. Hey, thank you guys for joining. If you're joining right now, please do us a favor, like the video, subscribe to the channel if you think we've earned it. Minnie has joined us again. Thank you for showing back up. And then we got the Batman now says hello. How's it going? And yeah. Steve Kelly. Hey guys.
Shout out, always loyal.
Yeah, Steve Kelly, day one listener, man. It's yeah, dude. I guess we can just dive into Fight Forever because we got the Batman now talking about it right here. It says, I'm still thinking despite Best Buy fixing it, Fight Forever is out in March. So yeah, AEW Fight Forever, there's tons of, gamer fans that have been wanting this game for 3 years now, man, since it was announced 3 years ago. AEW Fight Forever was pushed back due to the rating of the game being, I think they didn't want it M, correct? And they wanted it T, rated T for teen.
I think so, and they finally got the approval after some hard fighting.
Yeah, so there was some talk that maybe they had to dumb down a few things. Kenny Omega was talking about hopefully that's not the case, and hopefully we can still get like the the carnage that you were able to leave in the ring. I'm hoping for that too. Hopefully it's just like an option that you have to turn on, kind of like on WWE 2K. You know what I mean? You could just turn on that option. I'm hoping that's the case. Best Buy released the release dates this week as what was it? March 31st?
Yeah, which a lot of people were like kind of
2 weeks after WWE 2K23. That's bold.
Yeah, so I don't know where Best Buy got clearance. I'm not sure if any other sites like Amazon or Target or anybody. I don't know where that number came from, but I heard that's just like the 12/31 one we originally seen. This is kind of like the placeholder because it's Q1.
It's a placeholder date. I'm hoping that it's not though, man. I'm really hoping that that's not the placeholder date. Listen, I've heard a lot of people saying, "Oh, like you shouldn't release it that close to WWE 2K23." Listen, okay, for me, yes. I probably still shouldn't be playing video games, but it's a passion. I love video games. And WWE 2K23, usually with the 2K games, if you got a couple weeks in, you already know at this point what you've paid for, correct?
Yeah.
So you've seen all the features, you've checked out everything for about 2 weeks worth of playing. It's nice to not get bored of a game right away. Am I lying on saying that?
Yeah, you want an alternative, just go back and forth.
Yeah, dude. Remember, I was telling a friend of the show, good friend in life, Conrad Cushman. I enjoy talking wrestling with this guy over at Everything Pro Wrestling. So Conrad and I were discussing today, and I was like, man, back in the day, me and James and Chris and all the other guys we used to play with, we used to love game swapping. Like, because, you'd play a game for an hour or so and you'd kind of get bored of it, right? Like, so you'd want to swap games and play something else. It would be nice to have that online option that we can play online for a little bit for WWE 2K23 and swap over to AEW Fight Forever. I don't think it's a bad thing necessarily. The only thing that I think is possibly bad is maybe asking for their audience to pay for a $60 game right after they paid $120 for an icon edition for WWE 2K23. So that may be an issue, but to me, I'm kind of excited that this game could possibly come out in March 31st. So the Batman Now is in here saying they changed it to not announced yet. I did see that earlier today. They have changed that release date to not announced yet, which is really strange. I think I
heard it was a quarter thing. That's why it's like quarter one of the year, pretty much. There's 4 quarters.
So us and our personal friends, we talk in our group chats. We're still thinking that if this game doesn't come out in March, it's definitely going to be in May, around Double or Nothing time. That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, with not much footage out there, not much just see everything of the game. I'm surprised they would even become March 31st. But I think Double or Nothing seems like pretty more realistic. We got Revolution coming up this Sunday. Very odd to say for AEW pay-per-view being on the Sunday, but we might get more information about it. Might show footage.
So we're also going to talk about that later on in the show too, whether we think or not that Revolution would be worth the $50 of purchasing the pay-per-view. But before we do that, Minnie's got a safe word for everybody in the Pro Wrestling Shoot chat right now. Our safe word over here is pineapple juice. Holla if you hear me. Put that in the chat right now. Pineapple juice is the safe word over here at the Pro Wrestling Shoot. Shout out Minnie, man, for making that trademark right there for us. Minnie also says Disneyland. Steve Kelly says I went to Disneyland twice in my lifetime. So I used to go a lot when I was little, but I don't remember anything when I was a little kid. So. Minnie says hand pink waving.
No, I think it's an emoji.
Oh, okay. We don't see the emojis over here in the chat.
Yeah, I see it.
So AEW, do you see it?
Yeah, I see it on because I'm on YouTube on the phone. So
I got you. Okay, so AEW Fight Forever. No, it's AEW Wait Forever. Yeah, yeah. It's a long wait for this game, man, but I think it's gonna be worth it. I can't repeat this on the air, but he says he wants to do a certain type of scene in AEW Fight Forever. I'm not going to say that because I don't want to get the video flagged here, Minnie. But I'm with you. I'm definitely with you on that. So Steve Kelly says if AEW Fight Forever out in March or May, or is AEW Fight Forever out in March or May. So it's not released. Nothing is confirmed yet. I'm thinking that if it doesn't come out to that release date that Best Buy was talking about on March 31st, then we'll definitely be expecting this game around May. Because the longer you wait for this game, it's got to be getting dated, right, James?
Yeah, see, like I look it up right now. I just typed it in Google. It has February 2023, which February is obviously going to end tomorrow. Today's the last day of February, so
yeah, March 1st
nobody
tomorrow.
knows.
Yeah, absolutely, man.
But yeah, first thing I see another topic, March 31st. So I don't know.
How do you feel about the game being as dated? Because a lot of people were saying this about WWE 2K22 when it came out, right? It still had a lot of guys on the roster that were on or AEW programming at the time. Do you know what I mean? So now AEW is going to have a similar feel. They got Cody Rhodes on their game still. CM Punk is supposed to be on the roster.
Yeah.
CM Punk is no longer seen on AEW. I'm hoping that changes this Sunday, and we're going to talk about that. But yeah, dude, it's just, do you think that it's getting a little dated, or how do you feel about it?
Yeah, I'm trying to think, where did I just see it? I was just checking Wikipedia if anything comes up, or, so I think it was, I want to say May is probably the reliable day. I mean, I think that was the day. I think May 4th, 2022 was, I guess they were releasing that the game was coming. I think it was 2022, right? And it was May.
It was supposed to be in In 2022, yes, and something held it back.
Yeah. You know, I mean, it's an exciting thing if it's March. Hey, I'll take it. I can't recall.
I think they were asking for pre-orders around May last year, weren't they?
Yeah, so that's the thing that confused.
So it's been
like,
it's been
that's what I'm
almost a
thinking.
year of asking
I mean, if
for
the game was going
pre-orders.
to come out in May 2022, I would think May is probably the most reasonable thing.
Yeah, that's wild, man.
You know,
That's
but
wild.
I mean, March. I just think March doesn't seem, unless they release all the footage all at once and just have a collage of stuff going out at once, which I don't. I think they're gonna do little sequences like how the WWE game is, you know, doing. They just did ratings recently. Tomorrow they're doing, I think, DLC talks. Tomorrow for March 1st, whatever they're doing. But I think ideally you're gonna get something from Revolution, I would hope, and probably by Double or Nothing you have the game, or somewhere in May.
Right. Okay.
It's more justifiable.
So the Batman now says odd placeholder. Well, it's not really an odd placeholder because there's quarters, right? So that's what Q1 is.
That's what I've saw.
This is the end of Q1. So that if they're putting Q1 Q1 placeholder, because everywhere else was saying what, December 2023, right? So that's the normal placeholder date that you would put is December. That's the end of Q4, correct?
Yeah, that would be the end.
Okay, so Q4 is December 31st. The reason why they put the 31st is just a placeholder for the quarters. So the quarter one ends on March 31st. So we're starting, you know, I'm still thinking May, man. Around Double or Nothing, you're going to be able to get this game before Double or Nothing and then pop into it. I'm almost certain that is the release date. They can't push it back any longer at this point because like I said, it was feeling kind of dated, right? So
yeah, I don't even know whoever in the back is discussing. They're discussing the date, and no one's coming up with ideas, or they're waiting. I mean, they could be waiting for how WWE 2K, the 2K game is going to go, and maybe to base it off of that. I'm not sure, but I would think May is probably the most ideal thing.
Yeah.
Around
it's close to
time.
Double or Nothing, their very first show. Why not have their very first video game release around their very first?
Yeah, which usually we get WWE games in like October. I think that's usually what it is. So this is kind of now it's
WWE 2K22 did come out in March last year.
Was it March?
So,
okay.
Yep. Yeah, it was March.
Okay.
So, and they changed that. I'm happy that they're doing March release dates because that October release date is rough.
It was very
dude.
weird. Yeah, it was
it's
like
rough.
near Halloween.
You got your Call of Duties, you got your Maddens, you got everything releases in October, dude. It's a really tough release date for them. I think that March is working out perfect. Minnie says 2K should add create a story mode in 2K14. Yeah,
I don't even know. Yeah, I mean,
like the highlight reel stuff. Is that what he's talking about? Like the highlight? Because I can't remember 2K14
No, I think
too much.
he's mentioning. They're mentioning like how you can actually make like a storyline and people can download it and play it. Do you remember that?
Yeah. Okay.
That's what they're talking about.
That'd be nice. The Batman now says it's going to be on Game Pass per good sources. Well, those good sources better be really good because I've heard. Actually, I think AEW Games came out and shot this down. Correct? It's not going to be on Game Pass. I heard that no other. I don't know. No other place is going to get it. The only way to get it is to pre-order it and buy the game. Is what I've heard.
Yeah, that's what I saw.
I'm not stating it as fact, but I do remember the tweet from AEW Games tweeting this out. So we'll see what happens. Minnie says I like showcase mode. I'm not that great on I don't know. I'm kind of over the showcase stuff. Facebook user says, "Yo," I'm pretty sure that's Frodo. Frodo came up in here and he said, "Pineapple juice." That's what's up. He's throwing up on it though. Throwing up. Minnie says pineapple. The Batman now says they want it out since already outdated. Yeah, it is already outdated, but this is a game titled Fight Forever, so they can. The whole point of this game was that they can add updates to the game. We'll see what's going on here.
Yeah, we haven't really got. I mean, there is a roster reveal, but we haven't really seen much. Just like a little game footage, just like 10, maybe 1 minutes. I know they recorded more of the commercial. That's what I've heard. But that's about it. So it's going to be coming sometime soon. I'm not sure when. The
Batman now says, hopefully they can update a bit through DLC updates. Yeah, dude, definitely. So that is the plan. That's why they titled the game Fight Forever. I see this game continue. This is not going to be a yearly release. They've already stated that. I think that this game is going to go on until the next consoles come out, right? Like this is this generation's AEW game. I don't see this game coming out another game or bringing out another game for another couple of years until the new consoles come out. So they're definitely going to have to update a lot of stuff. Supposedly, Batman now says supposedly Talent just filmed something as well. Yeah. We're going to find out, man. But he says, I'm going to WrestleMania 40. Dope, dude. WrestleMania is a hell of an experience. If you haven't been to WrestleMania, I definitely recommend it at least one time. It kind of sucks that it's 2 nights now. Thankfully, I got to see it when it was the one night. I went to WrestleMania 19 and I went to WrestleMania 24. So thankfully, I got to do that experience. If you can afford to go to WrestleMania 2 nights, I would definitely hit that up, dude. It's an experience. It really is a good experience. The Batman now says they did, but also denied ESRB issues. Yeah. Well, we'll see, man. We'll see. Frodo says, my stomach don't like pineapple juice, man. You don't like those, what is it? Those Caribou Loos, buddy? Come on, man. He said, what about that apple juice, though, Minnie? Shout out to Minnie. Always bringing the catchphrase. We're going to have to make a shirt for Minnie, man, over on our website that you can find in the description of this podcast. Go to our drum link and check out our merch store, man. We'll have to make that pineapple juice t-shirt for the pro wrestling shoot. Steve Kelly says, just like WCW games didn't come out every year. Well, I mean, damn near, though. Like, they made different games. You had WCW Thunder, you had WCW Nitro, WCW Thunder. They had WCW versus the World.
Yep, that one.
They had WCW NWO Revenge. They had Mayhem. Dude, yeah, they had a lot of games, bro. They were dropping them games. I'm just saying. Frodo says, them Caribou Loos are the reason why I can't drink pineapple juice. Yeah, dude. They'll get you, man. They'll get you. Hey, James, so there are a few similar features while we're on the subject of AEW Fight Forever, and we're going to get off of it real quick, but while we're on the subject of AEW Fight Forever, there are a few similarities, man, that we've seen over the years. If you have played every single 2K game or the old SmackDown versus Raws, or even back to the SmackDown games, the original games on PlayStation 2, PlayStation 1, dude, we know this move set that is in these games, and Ukes is picking up this move set. They've worked on all these move sets from the beginning.
Yep.
And we're seeing some similarities in AEW Fight Forever. Now, we had a pretty lengthy discussion in our private chat. And I don't know, man. I'm going to pop up some screenshots. And I'm going to let you all be the judge of this. James, especially you. I don't think you really gave your opinion too much. It was just
no, I didn't even check out the video, but I see what I'll let you go through it, of course.
Okay. So listen, okay. You can look at these two animations. On the left, you got WWE 2K22. On the right, you got AEW Fight Forever. Does Kenny Omega look like he is selling the same right here? Yes or no?
I mean, I know you guys went back and forth. I know just like there's a little bit of tweaks, like you guys mentioned, like a footing position was just off by like a narrow, just like a narrow inch, or it's performing a different area. But I mean, it is very similar. I mean,
it's the same thing though, right?
It's very similar.
Okay. How about this one?
Pretty close.
Drop kick. On the left side, you got WWE 2K22. On the right side, you got AEW Fight Forever.
Yeah, I mean, on the AEW, the AEW one, you can see one of the hands.
Take it this way, though.
But
listen,
yes,
on the screenshots, you can see that one hand is moved. If you watch the video, it is the same. Because right now, this is a different motion that is going into this move, right? So they're not the exact same timing, both these videos running at the same time. But if you watch them both, so obviously the screenshot's going to get Kenny Omega with his hand down on the right side and his hand up on the left side. I don't know, man. It's really similar. I'm just saying. I know. Look, here's the back body drop. You know what I mean? That is the same fold over from Adam Cole right there. His legs are in the same placement. His arms are in the same placement. I'm just saying, look, this game I know was not done with motion capture, right? Ukes has sold every bit of their rights over to 2K. You know what I mean? Everything that they worked on. So if this game is not motion capture from AEW Fight Forever, how are they getting these moves? You know what I mean? They could be drawn together, because if you watch the video, they do look different, and you can feel that it, like, just by watching it, you can feel that they're different. Just like for how, you know, like the impact feels and everything else like that.
Right.
So they could draw them together, but they have base models from their previous WWE games, is what it looks like to me. I don't know how you feel about it.
Yeah, I mean, you know, I know you guys went back and forth. I mean, it's pretty much the same thing. I mean, yeah, there's a little bit of movement. You know, they probably sped up a couple moves, like, you know, it's something going at, you know, regular rate. It probably went up to 100, 200 times that.
It's going to feel similar when you play it, though, right? Like when you hit that move, you're going to be like, oh yeah.
Yeah, which, you know, I don't have a problem with it. I mean, you know, it's yeah. So, I mean, you can notice, you know, you'll notice a little bit, like, I guess, from game to game between the two, you know, just like place footing, you know, the impacts are going to be the same. I mean, I don't have no issues with it. I mean,
all right. I don't have issues with it either. I'm just saying, you know, I'm calling a spade here.
Yeah.
Right? Ukes is promising a brand new game for AEW. Doesn't look like a brand new game to me. That looks like the same moves I've been playing for years.
If you want to go back, I mean, I think what Midway did, TNA, I mean, I'm trying to remember. It's been so long since I played that. I don't remember many moves being similar to that. There was probably maybe a few, but it was very, you know, Midway did a better job with it. They were very arcade-ish. And I think, like you said, they didn't have motion capture. They just read everything up. The coding is pretty similar. I mean, I don't know if they wanted to tweak as much. I don't think they wanted to do a whole new layer and new route, and they just wanted to, you know, just a copy and paste type of thing, just tweak a little couple things.
Yeah, they probably did. The Batman Now says, versus NWO Revenge. Yeah. So, yeah, man. I love those 64 games. Mama popped in. Hey, Mom, I love you. Thank you for popping in the chat and supporting your son doing shenanigans on pro wrestling. I appreciate you. Minnie says SVR was crazy back then. Yeah, I loved SmackDown versus Raw, man. Those are our jams, man. We grew up. Said that's crazy. The Batman Now says, dang, that is similar. Yeah, I mean, you can look on the pictures and like I said, I'm just calling a spade, man. Like, I'm not trying to put anybody down here, but when you promise somebody a new video game, you better come correct and give me a new video game after paying millions of dollars, not some of your, I'm not saying they're copy and pasting, but they're definitely using some of their animations that they've had previously. Minnie says plagiarism. Hey, now. So, yeah. They're copying move after move, dude. I just
because don't they own the moves technically when they were over there?
Hold one, arm drag. Hold two, arm bar. Hold three, the moss covered, three-handled family gradunzel.
That's my favorite. That's my favorite move right there. Yeah, dude. So it's just it's a crazy time in video games right now, man. But I would like that game to release sooner than later. That's for sure, because I'm sure that we're still gonna have fun with it. Steve Kelly says, "Wow, copying game moves now." No, well, technically, it's their shit. So
I mean, can you blame them for using it?
Yeah, I mean, it's theirs. So they made it.
Yeah. Could they collectively change it? Yeah, but I mean, it's yours. You technically own it.
The Batman Now says, no, it felt its own. TNA did. Wasn't bad at the time either. No, TNA was good, man, but it wasn't one of those I don't know, man.
I probably at the point when TNA was a thing, played for the achievements, played out a couple of online game. I was undefeated Ultimate X games. Or Ultimate X matches, but that was, you know, I mean, it was a fun little game here and there. It lasted, a few months, and then, all right, go back to the
Yeah, absolutely. Dude, so breaking away from the AEW Fight Forever stuff, Minnie says we have to investigate. Yeah, don't show them this podcast, because we're not trying to get anybody in trouble. I'm just trying to be real with you guys at the end of the day, man. Like, I'm a video gamer, and I know what moves look the same. I've been playing these games. Every single game that has ever come out for Ukes that Ukes has made, I have played. So let's just put it that way. Yeah.
You know,
so,
and I'm still wondering how they ever got the rights. You know, like they used to have movesets, like the hidden ones. You know, it'd be like moveset number 1. It would be, you can tell it's AJ Styles. So I'm wondering what all the
hold one arm bar. Yeah, absolutely, man. So there was some other funny stuff that happened this week in pro wrestling, man. We had some weird awards drop from our good friend Dave Meltzer, the Wrestling Observer Newsletter Awards. James, what?
Yeah, I don't know what to say.
So this is a fan voted award system, similar to what Everything Pro Wrestling does, but these guys, this is like the hardcore junkie professional wrestling fans. Let me come correct. So, dude, WWE didn't win anything from these awards, dude. Like, not
wait a minute, they won like worst.
Yes, okay, so they won worst promotion of the year or something.
But yes,
okay,
I think they had like worst show, worst company. I'm like,
yeah. So this is some hater ass stuff, right? It's got to be. There's no way. Like, dude, WWE did really good last year, I felt like, and not only that, like they put WrestleMania on a very bottom tier. Like WrestleMania ended up on a very bottom tier level to these awards. And funny enough, the Forbidden Door was the number 1 show of the year. There's no way, dude. Forbidden Door was great. I'm not going to take away from that show, but it was not number 1 of the year.
Yeah,
it's super crazy, man.
Yeah, you had Clash of the Castle was number 5 for, let's see. I actually pulled it up. I forgot this was like 4 days ago. Yeah, Forbidden Door was number 1. Revolution, it doesn't say what, I'm assuming from last year, was WrestleMania Night 1, Stardom 5-star Grand Prix finals, and Clash at the Castle.
Yeah, so Stardom actually got promotion number 2 of the year. Obviously, AEW took everything. They took it all, man. They went in these awards and shut everything down, which is fine because I'm an AEW fan.
WWE did win a couple more like good ones. I mean, Braun Breaker won Rookie of the Year. Makes sense.
Yeah, but
Heyman,
I mean, dude, yeah, but to go as far as to say that Stardom was promotion 2 of the year, I don't know. That's weird to me. That's weird.
Yeah, I don't. You know, it's. I mean, I don't know how long Dave's been having the whole award ceremony stuff
every year.
Okay, well,
every year.
Yeah. The minute I saw this pop up, I went through one and I just turned it off. I didn't care to see the rest.
I didn't look through all of them. I just thought, I was like, oh, great, here we go. And as soon as I seen Stardom above WWE for promotion of the year, I was like, oh, okay, I've had enough.
Yeah.
The Batman now says not very oozy of them. No, it's not. It is not very oozy at all.
Yeah, AEW, Stardom, WWE, New Japan, UFC. I don't know what the hell that is in there.
Steve Kelly says very weird award names. Minnie says, bruh. Last question for Minnie on the AEW Fight Forever says, do you think there's going to be any New Japan wrestling stars in Fight Forever? I hope so. I hope we can see that.
I mean, I'm wondering if the Forbidden Door arena's on there. I wonder if there's going to be, I don't know. We haven't, like I said, they haven't really announced much. Are we going to get the gimmick theme shows? You know,
I hope so. I really hope so, dude.
I wonder if we can
once
interact
again,
with the
if
weapon.
this is a Fight Forever game and that's their plan is to add through DLC, I'm expecting to see all of this stuff.
I mean, I know they have this.
Just need to get it released first.
I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, they have the Stadium Stampede one on there.
Yeah. Steve Kelly says they didn't acknowledge the tribal chief. Yeah, dude. You got to acknowledge that head of the table, man. And Dave Meltzer is definitely on his bad side right now. Minnie also says AEW wrestler that bleeds a lot got a lot. Award goes to John Moxley.
Even Vince got an award.
yeah. For what
most disgusting promotional tactic. Number 2, Saudi Arabia and WWE. I don't know how that was a promotional thing, but okay.
I don't know, man. It's crazy times, man. It is crazy times. James, I think it's time to take a short break, and then we are going to get right into AEW Dynamite that is live tomorrow night on TBS. I want to talk about this card because this card is stacked. It's going to be a very fun show. We just got a new cable. Get hurt. We just got a new cable provider, so we'll be getting to watch AEW Dynamite on that. So, yeah, let's take a short break, and we'll be right back right here on the Pro Wrestling Shoot. Yo, we got some breaking news. Manscaped now sells beard products. That's right. They are once again revolutionizing men's grooming with the brand new Beard Hedger Pro Kit. From a beard trim to a fresh shave, this technology behind the Beard Hedge Pro Kit allows you to shape your signature beard look. Now you can finally use Manscaped products to make your drapes match your carpet by going to manscaped.com and using our promo code PWShoot to save 20% off plus free shipping. It's time to tame your mane. No one likes a weird beard. Say goodbye to all your stubble trouble with Manscaped's Beard Pro Kit. It all starts with the Beard Hedger. This thing is a juggernaut of fixing faces. First off, this cordless trimmer has a rotary wheel that gives you 20 hair cutting lengths, all with one guard, so no more messy drawers full of extra add-ons. That's right, face grooming doesn't need to be hard. Get 20 different beard lengths in just one guard. Plus it's waterproof, so you can shave in the shower to avoid all that hair in the sink. The titanium coated T-blade is tough on hair but smooth on your face, leading to single stroke efficiency that brings satisfaction one stroke at a time. The Pro Kit doesn't end there though. They have created 4 dermatologist tested formulations for your post-trim care. First, there is the beard shampoo and conditioner. You need to remember all your hair is different. All of it. Your beard hair is more coarse and easier to damage than the hair on your head. That's why the kit has made shampoo and conditioner specifically designed to moisturize, reduce ingrown hairs, replace natural oils, and promote beard health. Next, the kit has Manscaped Beard Oil, an essential piece for your main facial accessory. No one wants a guy whose beard is brittle and dry. The oil relieves dryness both on the beard and the skin beneath, while adding a little shimmer and shine, making you look extra fine. Cap off the kit with the Beard Balm, a pomade that shapes, styles, moisturizes, and tames for a sculpted look to attract any fellows or dames. The Pro Beard Kit also comes with 3 free gifts: a beard brush, comb, and scissors to ensure your beard is ready to impress. So get 20% off plus free shipping with that promo code PWShoot at manscaped.com. That's 20% off plus free shipping at manscaped.com when you use that promo code PWShoot. Manscaped. Beard Hedger, 1 stroke, 1 guard, 20 lengths. All right, we're back right here on the Pro Wrestling Shoot. James, I can't wait to talk about this Dynamite card, man. This is stacked, and I'm not even going to be able to watch it live.
I'm afraid for someone on that show, I could say.
It's going to be huge, dude. It's a huge card. I'm really excited for it. But here's the thing. Like I said, I can't watch it live. I'm going to have to catch it after this dinner arrangement that I have for tomorrow. The dinner arrangement is at 5 o'clock, so I will be watching this immediately following, so I'm going to be muting our group chats. I will not get any spoilers to this card, man.
Everyone call his number and give him all the shout outs.
I am not handing my number out to anybody. So Steve Kelly says Dynamite rules. Yeah, this card in particular, man, what a go home show
at the Cow Palace. I mean,
that we have, lined up for tomorrow night. I am really excited about this card, dude. Let's start it off, man. We got that Casino Tag Team Battle Royal. So March 1st, man. Who's gonna be filling that final spot in the tag team title match?
Yeah, so at the moment we have 2 heel teams. We got 1 face, so I'm gonna take a guess and narrow it to a face team in there. There's always a joker. I would think it's FTR, but I don't know. They keep hearing, them doing their little back and forth with AEW and whatnot about their contracts are coming up in April. But I would think
They could be swerving everybody though.
Yeah, it could be. I mean, I think there's a Joker in this match, right? I'm not sure if they
It's a casino tag team battle royal, man. Usually they have one. I actually did not catch the battle royal last week, so I don't know. I wasn't sure if they had a Joker or not. But there should be a Joker. It was
just
tag.
a regular. Yeah, the other one was just everyone's in the ring. This one is, I think, aces and all that. I'm trying to look who would be the best fitting team to fit in there that would fill. Like I said, I think it's going to be a face team. I mean, best friends, they could squeeze themselves in there. Dark Order, I can't see going in there. Butcher and Blade, no.
I'm assuming Dante Martin.
Yeah, you could put them in the tag team mix. Brother. I mean, they've been doing trios. They've been doing trios with AR Fox. I mean, give them an opportunity. Give them, you need that high flying. You need that high flying group in there. You just have the guns, not
brighten my
flyers.
light up a little bit, man. I forgot to turn my little light on here.
But I can't. I don't know. It's going to be iffy of who they put in there. I was shocked who they had won last week, but makes sense.
Yeah, we'll have to see, man. I'm really excited. Look at this, Frodo popping in. Here's a spoiler. Theory invades and wins. It's a tag team battle royal, bud. Was he going to go in there and fight for the tag titles alone? I don't think so, man. Let's see here. We don't get Dynamite until 8 o'clock. Well, you got to switch that cable provider over to Hulu Live, buddy. You get that live. So the Batman now says FTR. Yes, I am all about FTR. They're one of my favorite tag teams. Minnie says best friends. Steve Kelly says FTR, and he also says no Joker. And Steve Kelly says, Jesse, you are no Undertaker. Man, I didn't roll the eyes in the back of my head just now, but the light did come on when I commanded it, so I'm just going to throw that out there. Yeah, dude. I out of all these teams, I would be excited for an FTR return, definitely. I'd be excited for Dante and Darius. I would be excited for the Dark Order would be really cool for me because I feel like we need to do something with them.
When they do like casino matches, has the Joker always won? I don't know why I've noticed this. Isn't that no, right?
No.
I'm trying to think who would the first one that did it when that was a Joker.
I'm not sure. But I know that Matt Sydal one year was a Joker.
Was he a Joker?
Yeah.
Like I would have to look into that, but
yeah, he didn't win nothing.
I mean, Lucha Brothers, would make sense. I mean, they just lost.
What about Butcher and the Blade, man? There's a lot of teams.
Like I said, I'm sticking with it. I think it's gonna be a face tag team. Yeah. 2 faces, 2 heels. They usually would pair that.
I'm getting out of what we see here. I feel like Dark Order has potential. I feel like Best Friends has potential. I feel like Dante and Darius have potential, and I feel like the Lucha Bros have potential. Everybody else, I don't see making it, but I could
maybe
be wrong,
JAS. I mean, if you want to,
but that's another heel. So
I mean, they could swerve it and put 3 heels against the Acclaim.
Yeah,
I'm not sure.
We got an interesting card lined up, man. We also have Riho versus Toni Storm. Interesting match. I'm excited to see this matchup too. Dude, how do you feel about the AEW women's division right now, James? I personally, you know what? Go ahead and answer that and I'll tell you how I feel.
Yeah, it's probably the most interesting storyline we've had a while. Like you have now you have the thing with Ruby Soho, like, hey, do you stick with the AEW or do you stick with the AEW originals or do you deal with the outsiders pretty much? They keep pushing that back and forth. I was not expecting when Saraya and Tony went heel, which I thought it was perfect. It was, everyone was thinking, oh, Shida was going to be the one turning heel, flipped the whole direction. And now it's kind of like, okay, you have, everybody else like just fending for themselves. You got your faces, you got your heels, and then you got Britt Baker, and you got the champ. Like, are they face? Are they heel? So, but Saraya and them, they're doing an absolutely good job. They put her in a good position. And she's killing it.
I think all of the women in AEW right now are killing it, dude. Look, we all know, like, if you listen to our past podcasts on our audio platforms, go check us out on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and Spotify. If you like the way that we do podcasting now, you should have seen how we did it back then. We made movies, man, and when it was all audio, we did a lot of fun stuff over there. Go check out our back catalog over on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, or Spotify. Wherever you guys get your podcasts, we're available. Go check that out. It was no secret how I felt about the AEW women's roster. I thought it was the worst roster in professional wrestling. They were all green. They all had something to learn. I don't feel that way now. I feel like this women's roster quite possibly is the best women's roster in professional wrestling right now.
Yeah, just Toni Storm, you got Saraya, which she's doing pretty good, with her limitations. Toni Storm's doing out there. You got, I know Britt's been silent for some time.
Yeah.
But they're showcasing them more. I would expect more. We have not seen anything with Jade, which is kind of, I think they're still head scratching. That's the only thing that's probably killing everything with the division myself.
Yeah.
Figuring I haven't heard nothing. I don't even know if she's on the card. But I mean, I think they're showing from the regular women's division. They're going after the women's title. Why not head Jade fold in the fix? Why not throw her in the mix? She hasn't really fought any of these women.
That's true, man. Let's take a look at the comments real quick over here on the live chat. I got Steve Kelly says, why not Sting and Darby? Well, that is a good question.
You could throw them in the mix. I mean, we haven't seen Sting in a while. We haven't seen Darby.
Yeah, that is a good question. I wonder why they aren't.
I mean, if you
Darby's
don't get
not the champion right now. So
I mean, I'm surprised they haven't tried to have Sting and Darby go after the belts. I mean, they're not a sufficient tag team, but they've done it. They're undefeated. It would make sense.
Yeah, Minnie says Lucha Brothers could win, and then he also says that Riho first women's AEW champ. So. Yeah, Steve Kelly says, I think that the AEW women's division is awesome right now. Yeah, they're killing it, dude. They're really entertaining to watch for me personally. And I never thought I would say that because and every week that I see a match lined up for AEW 2 with these women, I still don't get excited for it. But then they change my mind, dude. I watch the match. I enjoy the match for the most part, man.
I think they're doing this, like what I've heard is the soap opera is getting in there, the drama. That's what we need to make the storylines better for the women, and it's working.
Yeah, no, it's doing great, man. Keep doing what you're doing. A lot of people, me included, I'm always complaining about not enough storyline in AEW, but this is definitely a story that I'm interested in, dude. I want to see what's going to happen with Ruby Soho and Dr. Britt Baker, Jamie Hayter, and Saraya. So it's going to be good, man. The Batman now says Baker is going to turn on Jamie soon, I think. I don't know, man. I don't know. That's it's going to be exciting. It's definitely going to be something to tune in for. We got Hook back this week. FTR champion Hook takes on Matt Hardy from the Firm for the FTW championship. We're finally putting this title on the line again, James.
Yeah, not much is going to come from it. It might be, I don't know. This might be Hook's maybe longest match here. I know they did that storyline where he got suspended for injuring Hathaway's arm.
Brett screwed Brett.
So see what we come from this. I mean, I think he's taken almost everyone on in the Firm just about one-on-one. He's took on Ethan Page already, beat him, or in the tag match, I think. I don't know. Let's see. I mean, there's a lot that you can see from Hook. I mean, he's doing good for himself. I expect a lot coming from him. I would expect maybe more storyline for him. Maybe work the mic. I know that's not his thing of just being silent and just doing all the work in the ring. See what we expect from this, though.
Well, if it's one thing that we have learned in professional wrestling,
but the cream will rise to the top. Oh, yeah.
And it always happens, sir. It always happens. I'm excited for this match. I'm excited for Hook. Excited for Matt Hardy, too. Prayers up to Jeff Hardy. Always, like every time I think of Matt, I always got to think of Jeff. So hopefully everything.
Yeah, hopefully we expect him soon, but you got to take care of yourself. Obviously, he got his sentencing, and hey, maybe there'll be another tag team coming in.
Yeah, Maybe. So we also got this match, the match that nobody wanted. This is probably the sleeper match on the card for me. As much as I love Peter Avalon, I hate that he cut his hair, man. I hate that he cut his hair.
Just when they think they got the answers, I change the questions.
Sucks, man. Sucks.
I'm just over the whole. Thank God he doesn't do the librarian.
I love the librarian.
It sucks.
Man.
It sucked. I'm surprised. You know, speaking to Peter Avalon, I'm surprised we don't get much of Leva Bates. They haven't introduced. I mean, when she does, she gets beat down. But they haven't.
She's in a lot of backstage stories. But now you got Peter Avalon over here looking like
you keep on kissing babies and hugging fat girls.
And you know, it's just it's crazy to think, man. Like what a handsome devil this guy is.
I could see it. It's just obvious thing. Maybe Ricky Stark comes out, distracts, and Peter Avalon gets a win. That's what I could see that.
Oh man. We'll see. Steve Kelly says, would you ever put AEW championship on Hook? No. No, I would not.
No, way too early. He's very
maybe the TNT title
green.
Eventually, or like the All Atlantic. I would probably.
He's been in showcases and storylines. That I can say he's doing a lot more than just like I don't want to talk. And he's just getting introduced in tag teams. But I mean, he's doing good for himself. I'm not. You know, Taz has taught him well.
Yeah. Well, this match right here, I feel like is going to be a squasher, right? It's Jericho squashing Peter Avalon.
See, that's what I was thinking, but I feel like it's going to be a squash match, but Peter Avalon gets a roll up or something. Ricky Starks or Action, Action and Andretti come out and distract Jericho, and he loses.
Okay. We also got a face-to-face confrontation from MJF and Bryan Danielson ahead of their 60-minute Iron Man match at Revolution. That is such a long time, man. It's going to be a long
Okay,
night
were
Sunday.
you a big fan of Brett and Sean when they did 60 minutes?
No.
Really?
Nope. No, because listen, if I know the match is not going to end in an hour, it doesn't matter what happens in this match. You have an hour time limit until this match is over. Buddy, I'm going to go and get something to eat. Go hang out, and I'll be back in 60 minutes, bud, to see the end. Like, if it takes the suspense of disbelief away from the match until like about the last 5 minutes, right? Like you got the last 5 minutes.
Oh yeah,
that's pretty much all that you need to see of who is going to win this Iron Man match.
I think it's interesting to see what can they do in a 60-minute span. How much can you do? Like, I think that's, to me. You know, I'm not the biggest fan of Iron Man matches. It's, you know, they don't do them often, which thankfully so. But I think it's creatively, what can you do in the 60 minutes? How can you be creative? How can you secure many fin falls and submissions and all that? You know, going 60 minutes is pretty good.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah.
I guess I would.
Here's my thing, man. Bryan Danielson, you know, came out of that retirement, and now he's just putting on the best matches of his career. So Bryan Danielson definitely has something to offer, but he's also over here saying, you know, like, you know, I ain't got that much left in me, but I think he's swerving, man.
I did it for The Rock. I have to announce to you that I will never retire.
I don't think it's going to happen, dude. I mean, like, Bryan Danielson is in the best shape of his life, but he is over here getting cut every single match. You know what I mean? So I don't
think
know.
This is more to showcase, you know, everyone. I've seen fans like get pissed off. Hey, how come MJF doesn't wrestle all the time? He's the world champion. He should wrestle. This is probably going to put him on the spot. Like, hey, I can go 60 minutes. I can do whatever.
Yeah.
You know, I think it's going to shed a little more light on him. I can't remember. I think he did the interview, and I remember he was just calling out the fans, and it was like, what was it? How come you don't wrestle every time? And fuck you, you go in and wrestle every time. It hurts.
And there's the first F-bomb on the pro wrestling shoot.
Yeah, you know, but
it wasn't me this time. It wasn't me. It wasn't me. Yo, Everything Pro Wrestling stops in, man. He's a little busy today, so that's why he's not active in the live chat. But he says, got you on before I drive back home. Thanks, man. I appreciate you so much. RSTV has joined us again. Thank you so much for coming back. He says, MJF will retain, in my opinion. We're going to get into the Revolution preview here shortly. We're just talking about Dynamite, but that we're definitely going to be getting into Revolution and doing some previews and predictions here in just a little bit. Steve Kelly says, why did Peter Avalon change his look? I don't know, man. I dug the hair. I thought Peter looked
I
great
can't
with the
recall.
hair.
I would have to go back to BT.
He just randomly showed up with cut hair. I hated it. I absolutely hated it. It says the Batman now. The Batman now says, little disappointed on Starks. I read an article that he wants to be an actor in 2 years. Hope he's in the business for the right reasons. Well, that money. That money.
Sometimes that money. I mean, I get it. You want to go straight in the wrestling business. Well,
yeah.
The Rock.
But I agree. I like Ricky Starks in the ring. I love his promos. I agree with you. I hope that we get to see him in wrestling a lot longer than just 2 years. Hopefully in 2 years he just is talking about going into acting, and he's going to be getting in movie roles, and that'll be good publicity for AEW. Hopefully he stays with AEW. That's the best I can hope for, man. But
fantastic talent. So
yeah, he's amazing. He's amazing. Big Bill versus Orange Cassidy for the All Atlantic Championship. This is the biggest dude that we've seen challenge for this title.
Yeah, and I'm kind of Big Bill. I mean, I can already say this, that he's probably going to end up losing. I can't see him beating Orange Cassidy for the belt. There's going to be some, it's going to be interesting. David versus Goliath pretty much here. Way Orange is being goofy, obviously putting his hands in his pockets, doing crazy moves. But honestly, Orange is the All-Atlantic champion. It's been pretty good. I don't know about you, but I've enjoyed the reign.
Behind the scenes, Orange Cassidy has been putting on some of the best matches that we have ever seen him in. And if you are not paying attention to Orange Cassidy right now, I suggest you go back and watch some of these matches. The dude is killing it, man. He is putting on banger after banger. No pun intended. I'm just saying, dude, it's been great. It's been a really good time.
Yeah, I don't know if just, I know Big Bill's been there for some time. I don't think he's secured a win, maybe on Dark, but I know they're just there just to put people over. I mean, could you get a swerve like Batman says? Could Bill win? I mean, he could swerve it. I don't know if it would benefit it, but
Batman says Bill needs to win. He says SAWFT soft. Yeah, dude. Look, I like, dude, and kudos to Big Bill as well. I hate that name. I really hate calling him Big Bill.
Yeah, I wish he would have stuck with the other name. I wish he would have stuck with just his other name that he had. I think.
What is it?
Will Moriarty?
Yeah, no, Morrissey. Yeah, I love that so much more than Big Bill. The Big Bill just
Amore
sounds
interferes.
so WWE.
Big Bill gets the win.
I feel like Vince called him up and he's like, Tony, I got the best idea for him. This is marquee naming. Big Bill. Such good shit. Come on, dude.
I don't know.
That is some Vince McMahonism right there, naming him Big Bill. I don't know.
You could expect some shenanigans.
Maybe they wanted to own that name though, and maybe Morrissey was like, "Nah, I'm not letting you trademark my name." You know what I mean?
I'm changing it over. Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, look. I'm excited for Big Bill in this match, and yeah, I think he does need a win, dude. And,
you could get a swerve. I mean, Cornge is not on he's not on the card for Revolution. You could get a swerve.
Not yet. There's still a few more coming, and that really worries me because this is a Sunday. It's a work night, bro. I got work the next day, and I know that main event is going to be an hour long.
Well, I'll just say this: you might change your perspective.
Maybe
after that hour long.
Look,
match.
This is what I am looking forward to the most on AEW Dynamite tomorrow. The face of the Revolution ladder match. Dude.
Yeah.
Better call an ambulance.
Yeah, it's going to happen, dude.
Yeah.
We're going to get them JR sound bites ready. I know that JR is probably not calling this match, but I think that we should bring him out for this one, man. What a lineup this is too. Who do you think is taking this, dude?
It's a good question, and I know obviously Michael's not here. Michael and Frodo seen the luchador mask guy at I think at Prestige. I forgot his name wasn't it like Commander? Out of the blue, somebody not on the roster, somebody just in the independent scenes. That was random.
Just randomly put in this ladder match.
Yeah,
I don't know if he was. So look, I'm guilty of not watching Rampage as much as I probably should, but I don't know, man. I don't know what's going on here. So
Yeah, I don't think
is this breaking news? So somebody just came up in the live chat right now. Chris Johnson says AEW Fight Forever, March 28th.
I mean, 28th is the Tuesday. I mean, if like a digital download.
Yeah, well, let me see here.
I haven't seen nothing about no dates. I mean, besides the 31st, unless they came out with something that during air.
I see nothing of the sort. Nope.
Just a
what I do got in my DMs, though, is Daniel Garcia will be at Prestige Roseland 5.
Yeah, I did see
My goodness. Thank you, Matthew Lopez, for that, by the way. Shout out to Matthew Lopez, man. Friend of the show, good friend in personal life. Yeah. I didn't see that. I haven't been notified for that, Chris Johnson, but if that's true, great. That's great news. Steve Kelly says, freshly squeezed Orange Cassidy retains. The Batman now says Kingston, I think. So he's thinking Kingston takes the ladder match. And he's also asking for these sources too. Huh? Didn't see that. Where's them sources?
Yeah.
What's the sources, man? Because if we're talking Best Buy, those probably ain't the best sources right now.
Yeah. Back to the match. I mean, Kingston would make sense. He's been talking so much about, MJF's on the program. He's doing this and that. Where am I? Blah, blah, blah. I know he just, I know they did Ring of Honor taping. So I know he's going after the Ring of Honor. He's going after the Ring of Honor title. I mean, Powerhouse Hobbs, we haven't seen much from him in a while. I mean, I thought he was going to be a bold one myself. Powerhouse Hobbs.
I think I'm taking Hobbs in this. I think I'm taking Hobbs, dude.
Takeshita, no, I can't. I mean, he technically already.
Well, wait a minute. What if that snake Don Callis? What if he is the one?
Don Callis being a carny piece of shit.
What is he the one? I mean, is he the one to determine this?
I mean, are we going to get a similar thing? How MJF won the one before? With somebody come in the ring, beating the hell out of everybody, he just grabs the ring. I mean, could we see it? I'm not sure, to be honest, but I mean, I think Hobbs, but I don't know how it would make any sense with MJF. That's the thing. I'm just trying to twist things in there unless they're trying to give the rub to Hobbs. But I mean, Eddie Kingston would be a fit too.
That's true. We've seen that match before, so I don't know. I don't know, man. So the chat's talking about AEW Fight Forever right now. Chris Johnson says, based on someone who was working on the trailer, the 28th was the date. We'll find out this weekend. Could be breaking news, man. Maybe he's just released the release date, the 28th. What date does the 28th land on, James? Let's check the old calendar.
It's a Tuesday.
That sounds about right.
That's what I was thinking of, a digital release date.
That's what I'm getting the game on is digital, buddy. So that sounds about right. Let's see what happens, man. I'm not going to say he's wrong.
I think it's all a swerve. We're getting information on the 28th of March.
Yeah. Yeah, they give us 15 seconds of gameplay again.
Coming soon.
Steve Kelly says Kingston or Hobbs is the face of the Revolution. I don't know. Now I'm starting to think that Carney POS Don Callis is going to cost everybody this match, and he's going to hand it over to Takeshita. We'll see, man. That's my call. Maybe Takeshita is my pick.
I would. Mm-hmm.
The Batman now says, hope you are right about Fight Forever. Yeah, dude, that would be great. The 28th, gosh. That'd be great. He says, I mean, I'd take it. yeah, right. I'm not gonna be mad about an earlier release date. We wanted this game for a while now, so gotta run, guys. Great podcast. Hey, thank you so much, Batman, now for stopping in and contributing to the chat. I appreciate it. Hope to see you next week. We're here the same time every single week, 4:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Make sure to like the video on your way out and hopefully subscribe, bud. Appreciate you stopping in. So yeah, man, loaded dynamite, man. I think we're going to get into our Revolution predictions. What do you think, James? You want to talk about Revolution? Or
yeah,
what?
Let's go ahead. Yeah, let's go ahead. Yeah, you pull them up, but I'm just going to double check if there was no additional matches added.
Okay. All right. Sounds good, man. When we come back, we're going to talk about Revolution. We'll be right back right here on the Pro Wrestling Shoot.
Pro Wrestling Shoot listeners, this is Conrad Cushman from Everything Pro Wrestling, here to let you know that Everything Pro Wrestling is a show by the fans, for the fans. And every Monday, we are live on YouTube with our classic show, Clash of the Podcast, 6:05 Eastern Standard Time. You can listen to myself and my tag team partner, Sean Hubbard of Hubbard Wrestling Weekly, talk all the latest and greatest in pro wrestling. Also on our YouTube channel, live every Wednesday following AEW Dynamite, myself and Derek bring you the live post-show coverage. Make sure you guys are tuned in to check us out. And did I mention we are also on audio platforms like Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and Spotify. Now, let's get back to listening to the guys of the Pro Wrestling Shoot.
All right, we're back right here on the Pro Wrestling Shoot. James, it is now time for AEW Revolution predictions, man. This is a pretty stacked show so far, and we've only got 7 matches announced. I'm predicting a lot more are going to be added to this card. But we're going to talk about whether or not it's worth it to pay the $50 to get this card or not.
Yeah, just about. There's 7 matches. I would take a bold pick. I'm assuming Jungle Boy and Christian might be on the card. He's cleared from what I've heard. They showed him. Yep. 2 weeks ago, attacking him. I'm trying to think of any additional matches that would be on the card. Jade maybe, but I don't know what she would fit.
Yeah, man. I feel like Jade has to be defending her title at Revolution. She has her whole color scheme is Revolution. I don't know. I don't know,
who
man.
is she fighting? Is it a open challenge, open invitational? She comes out.
Sasha Banks. Mercedes Money.
I mean, we have Forbidden Door that's in talks. I think I saw it was on, somebody had it on Spectrum, and I think it's rumored for June or July. No, June.
Here's the first matchup that we're going to talk about, man. Jeff Jarrett and Jay Lethal versus the Guns versus the Acclaimed and versus the winner of the Casino Tag Team Battle Royal tomorrow night on AEW Dynamite. Now, based on the information that we know, if it's FTR, that is a surprise Joker card in the Casino Battle Royal.
Guns.
I'm thinking that FTR win it.
I'm thinking Guns.
You think Guns win it? And
I
then
think
it leads
they're
to
going to
that
put
feud for the Guns and FTR?
That's what I think. I'm wondering what Billy Gunn's going to do. Is, I know everyone expected a heel turn. I don't know if that's going to be in the works. I mean,
I'm kind of glad they didn't do that.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to do that. I think he doesn't want to, as a father himself, he does not want to step in their shoes and, oh, yeah, you're up there because you're dad. No, let you do your own thing. They need it. I know everyone was, like we were all shocked like they were going to win the belts. They need as much as they can to be pushed up there for the Guns.
Okay. So. I think that's my prediction as well. I think the Guns will be taking this match.
Now, who's the one that's going to get pinned is the question.
Dude, I feel like the Guns, as much as everybody is probably against them right now, I'm kind of digging them, dude. I don't know. I think they're the right pick for the championships right now. I feel like you need a
It's a young team. Jarrett and them, they don't need it. The Acclaim, they've had it for some time. Look, the Acclaim, think about it. They were just, coming out with the boombox. They were doing their raps with Matt Caster, getting their butts kicked every time. Now they, ever since the whole scissoring thing and everything, they've been one of the hottest tag teams just with that alone. Right. And now you can do a lot more with the Guns. I mean, they were just slackies. They were with them for some time.
Steve Kelly says, I think this is about AEW Fight Forever. Yeah, it might be the pre-orders that get it on March 28th. Hey, I'm kind of excited for this weekend, man. Like, I know we keep going back to that AEW Fight Forever, but we've been waiting for this for a long time. So hopefully we get that release date, man. Steve Kelly says, I'm thinking the Acclaimed. I think the Guns keep it, man. I think you need to push that.
I think if FTR's in the match, I feel like the Guns are going to get the win over them.
Okay.
They did it before.
I don't think the FTR is going to be in this match, personally.
No. I would think it's either the best friends or, like you said, Dante Martin and his brother.
Yeah. It could happen. It could happen, man. So, yeah, dude, we'll go right in to what could be match number 2. Is that feud that we were talking about. Saraya, Jamie Hayter, and Ruby Soho. I'm going to give you my prediction first, man.
All right.
I think Ruby Soho is turning on Jamie Hayter in this, and she's helping Saraya win the title. I think Jamie Hayter loses the title right now. As hot as her title run is right now, I think Ruby Soho matches that WWE gimmick, dude. I don't know. I'm just getting bad feelings about it. I think we take the title off of Hayter.
It's funny that you say that, but I feel like Saraya and Ruby Soho are going to be working together. Ruby Soho gets the win. Eventually, you have a 3-on-3, of course, and I think that's, we got information that Thunder Rosa is coming back soon.
It's going to lead to blood and guts, right? Is that what you're saying?
I think, yeah, maybe. I mean,
the
a
first ever women's blood and guts.
Yeah,
I think it's coming,
we've never seen Britt Baker as a face. Same with, same with the whole AEW originals. And you get an odd feeling with Thunder Rosa working with Britt Baker as number of times they fought with Jamie Hayter and stuff. I mean, you could have that 3-on-3 fitting in there. You got Willow Nightingale would be on Baker's side, and then would probably be one more person on the opposite side. I'm not sure who you can throw in there. Maybe you can throw Sheeta in there.
We'll have to find out, dude. It's going to be interesting, but I do think that I don't know. This is all leading to blood and guts, obviously. Let's see here. Steve Kelly says Saraya wins. Everything Pro Wrestling is picking Hayter. He thinks that Hayter keeps the title. Look, I don't want to see Hayter lose the title because I feel like her title reign is probably the best title. Correct me if I'm wrong. I feel like this is the best title reign in the women's division.
She's pushed herself. I mean,
and it's been short. It's not. She hasn't had it that long.
With that prediction, if Hayter wins, I can see Britt Baker turning on her. I know everyone's been pushing for that sometime, where she's just going to break away from Britt.
Okay. Well, either way, somebody is turning in this match, brother.
There's going to be somebody turning, maybe return. With Thunder Michaels over there.
Yeah. Thunder Michaels.
Sandbagging.
Bro, whoever did those memes with the Shawn Michaels with the Thunder Rosa face paint, you're wrong, bro.
Hey, but you're wrong. She apologized for sandbagging, and I agreed with, I forgot who called her out for it.
Yeah, you know what? At least she came in there and they're saying that, everything's good. Like she apologized, she owned up to it. It could have been worse. She could have just said, "Nah, it ain't me, playa." You know what I mean? So I don't know, man. Look, this TNT championship match, I'm not excited for this. As much as I love Joe, I'm not into Wardlow, dude. You have not sold me on Wardlow anymore. I understand he's popular with the ladies. But for me, this is not, yeah, dude. I'm just, he's like Batista and Goldberg mixed into a ball. You know what I mean? And I don't know. It's just not for me, bro. I'm not for it, but I'm hoping Joe retains, but I don't see that happening. I think Wardlow's taking this TNT title from Joe, unfortunately. And I think now that ROH has kind of opened their doors, I think Joe is going to stay on that show and kind of defend his Ring of Honor title. I think this is an easy way to get the title off of Joe, and it continues the storyline between Wardlow and Samoa Joe.
Yeah, just two big powerhouses. I think he was injured at the time, or they took him off TV, and then that's when they just said, all right, well, when somebody needs to be at them Darby, you take it from him for some time until he returns, new look. I mean, could you build him up to being the monster he could be? Yeah, I mean.
Could be.
But I you got Ring of Honor, the Ring of Honor show coming up soon at the end of March. I would take. I don't know. I think we might get a confusing one. We were just as confused when Joe won the title last time.
Dude. I mean, I didn't feel like it was a good time to take it off of Darby. Personally, I don't know. It was weird. It was really weird.
I'm just trying to think what would be more beneficial. I mean, could you do more with Wardlow? You could.
Look, if they put the title back on Wardlow, I don't want to see any more squash matches. Put this guy in some good storylines that is going to build his character up more. Elevate this guy, man. He's a powerhouse. Like, the dude looks phenomenal. I believe he's a great wrestler. I just, for his gimmick, look, dude, I didn't like Goldberg then. I'm not a fan of Goldberg now, is all I'm saying.
The only thing I could see of, I mean, Wardlow's, he's already been the TNT champion. I mean, could he be the next challenger for MJF?
He could. I mean, that could bring it back.
What else?
Look, it'll get out all the hardcore saying long-term storytelling, brother.
You could. I mean, it was just controversial. I mean, the way he just squashed him and that's it.
He says Joe's gonna get Wardlow. I'm not gonna repeat what he said because I don't want to get flagged. But Steve Kelly says Darby deserved a longer title run. Yeah, I believe so too, man. I think Darby. I'm glad that I got to see him win the title in Seattle. Thankfully, I got to see him beat Joe, and that was like a homecoming for us. So I'm glad.
I guess it's a toss up for me. I guess I'll take Joe. I don't know. I don't know if I think they have bigger things for Wardlow. Maybe he's going to go after some other belt.
All right. Ricky Starks versus Chris Jericho, man. Everyone is banned from ringside.
Confusing storyline, I'll tell you that.
Very confusing. I hate the gauntlet stuff. I'm not a fan of that storyline whatsoever. I feel like we see enough of that with MJF because now any challenger that MJF has, he basically puts them through the ringer in order to get their title shot. I feel like they just doubled down on it with this. I like Chris Jericho and I like Ricky Starks.
Jericho did it. MJF doing it. I mean, don't get wrong that we've had some matches. I mean, we got. I
did it for The Rock. I did it for The Rock.
Man, I lost my train of thought here.
That's what I was going for, man.
I mean, I don't know, just a weird storyline. I mean, Starks already got the win. I guess Jericho gets the win here. I know they say JS is bad. They're gonna get involved, I would think. I don't know. I'm not sure. I mean, maybe we can have some tensions. Maybe Ricky Starks win, and that's because Daniel Garcia screws everything up, and maybe we get that face turn he was going to do at the first place.
So Conrad just sent me something. He just put it in the chat. He says, I'm going to send you something. And look, Everything Pro Wrestling, before he said that, he said, but it could be long-term building. So he sent me a picture of MJF with a piece of paper in front of him. And it's the list of people that will not beat him for the Triple B. He put the Pebble, the American Dipshit Dragon, Warho,
I saw
Edward,
the list.
Sensitive Cowboy,
Hangman, Jungle
Jabroni, Darb the School Shooter. That's so. Oh man, I don't. It just feels bad even saying. Adam, my brain don't work, so I can't cope. Cole.
Yep.
And Mr. Clean Castagnoli. So, could that be the list? Do you think, Conrad? Do you think that is the list
that was,
in order?
I don't know if it's a sequence order. I mean,
because we had Ricky Starks first challenge for the title. Ricky Starks lost.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's the American Dragon. And then right after that, he's got Warho. Interesting interesting stuff there. Thank you, Conrad, for that.
Yeah,
thank you. That
was a while back. Yeah, I saw that.
So now looking at this list, could like you said, could Wardlow be the next challenger after Bryan Danielson?
I think that's going to be for the pay-per-view double. I think that's what they're going to build it. Warlow, you already did the TNT stuff. Joe, I'm not sure
who's Edward. Eddie Kingston?
That's Eddie Kingston.
Okay. Sensitive Cowboy. So we got he's got
Adam Cole's an interesting one on the list. I'm surprised he put him in there.
Could this be the list? Listen, let's talk about CM Punk. Could this be the list that is in front of him of all the people he is going to beat going into 2024, the bidding war of 2024, before CM Punk comes and regains his title?
I mean, I think he mentioned him like I'm being the best in the world. I know he mentioned that a few times at some shows.
Interesting stuff. Because I think if CM Punk comes back,
I hope not. I hope that's not the case where he comes back and beats him for the belt.
Oh, no. I don't think that CM Punk is coming back in order, and jumping right in the title picture. I think that storyline is going to wait now. Because I think the moneymaker is with the Elite, right? Which brings me to the next match. The AEW World Trios Championship, the Elite versus the House of Black. Now, keep in mind, The house always wins. But how are they going to win? Do you think that maybe CM Punk and FTR make a return?
No.
You don't think so?
I think
this could lead into it, man.
I don't think we're getting anything. I think it's going to be just the Elite getting their win, and that's it. The House of Black. All right, you got your storyline.
That would be terrible. So I am predicting the House of Black to win this. I feel like the titles need to get off. But listen, if CM Punk does return, I don't believe he's going straight after MJF. I think this is a list of people that MJF could beat before CM Punk does come back and take that title.
If I had to make a bold prediction for the MJF stuff, I think if he loses the belt, whenever that's going to be, he's going to hold it for over a year. I can say that. I think something's going to happen, transpire when Cody comes back.
Okay. That'd be great too. Oh my gosh.
Because
Cody
I know everyone
Cody comes back to AEW and wins the title. That's the storyline that we need.
I couldn't see that. I think he'll challenge him for the belt.
Yeah, it could be. But Steve Kelly says, do you guys really think anybody is banned from ringside? Yeah, that's the gimmick, right?
Well, that's the thing. But let's say somebody's going to be dressed up in a mask or a hoodie. They always do that technical crap.
Steve Kelly also says Ricky Starks wins. Everything Pro Wrestling said Ricky needs to win and move on. The House of Black always wins. Yep. The list is interesting. So yeah, dude, that's my theory. Like, if we're getting any surprises at Revolution, I'm not saying that it's a guaranteed thing, so don't soundbite me, don't quote me. But AEW is known for some stuff. And listen, CM Punk is in love with pro wrestling. Do you follow this man's Instagram page?
I've seen the stuff going around. He's
very interesting.
Yeah.
I follow his Instagram page. He's a really good follow. He usually posts some interesting things, especially this time of year. I think CM Punk is healed and ready to come back. Now, do I think that he's going to be wrestling right now? No. I think that I think he's good enough to come back for Revolution, though. I think the time has passed, man. I think it's time to do business. I think CM Punk is alluding to the fact that he is returning to pro wrestling in some form or fashion. Will it be in AEW? I hope so. I hope that's the case. But with FTR's contracts up in the air the way they are, could they all be going to WWE? I hope not. I would like to see CM Punk show up at Revolution and do this feud.
I mean, he was just at a show that was in, I think, California? If I'm not mistaken, was it California?
Yeah, it was right around. Yeah,
it was right around the same arena.
Wasn't far from you.
Yeah, very similar. No, it was up north.
Still, could have drove James.
Could you? Easy. Yeah, whatever. I don't know. I just feel like we're going to get I want to say there's going to be some surprises with it. I'm surprised they're fighting the House of Black.
Are you just like so jaded at this point that you just don't believe CM Punk's coming back?
No. I think I don't know if Kenny and them want to work with them at all. Would they? I know, business should be on the table.
Kenny was on the sessions
on
today's episode drop, and I listened to that full episode. Great podcast, by the way. Kenny Omega had nothing negative to say about all parties, and he was talking about the incident. And he said, listen, it's unfortunate that we can never talk about this and tell everybody what fully happened. And everybody's going to draw their narratives on what happened. Unfortunately, you're going to read it in the dirt sheets, and then you're just going to kind of pick sides. And it's unfortunate, but he wishes well on all parties, and he says that he's good. Like, there's no problems here anymore. Like, so listen, dude, if you're a businessman like Tony Khan, you need to start thinking about bringing CM Punk back. Mm-hmm. He's a top draw, man. He's your top draw. I'm not saying to get rid of the Elite. I'm not saying to get rid of anybody along the way, because I know a lot of people like to pick sides and, oh, well, you should get rid of, let's hate the Elite and let's hate Adam Hangman Page. Like, really, bro? You're going to hate Kenny Omega and the Young Bucks who you've loved to watch for many, many years over this situation? Look, all parties were wrong. All parties were wrong. Let's set it aside. Let's do some business. Right?
Yeah, I'm just looking around.
It's all up to Tony. Like, just like Conrad just said, it's Tony's choice. It's up to Tony, dude.
Yeah, I mean, the next show, Forbidden Door, is in Chicago. I mean, could you get something there? I don't know.
You could.
I'm
not guaranteeing Punk's return at Revolution. I'm saying that would be a good storyline to draw into. Like, if you got all this talk about FTR, you got all this talk about Punk, Revolution's coming up, the House of Black, the trios titles are on the line. The House always wins. Are you really taking the Elite in this one? You don't think that they're going to pull the trigger on the House of Black again?
They've never fought again. They've never fought before that I can think of. This is the first.
Right, but they haven't done anything spectacular with the House of Black either.
No, and it's a very short random feud. It's like, what, 2-week build?
So are we just going to drop them? Are we just going to drop the storyline and just build people's hopes up again for the House of Black? Because I feel like you're doing them a disservice if you're not doing anything.
I mean, if they want to do that, I mean, I know the first match they'll bring up again is going to be the Death Triangle versus House of Black again if they win the belts. That's probably the first thing, and then whatever the Elite do.
That just draws back to like not having enough trios, dude. Trios titles are so pointless, dude. Like, I hate the trios titles.
Oh, I know. That's
what ruined the tag division.
It's going to end up turning to like how the WWE's Raw or WWE's women's tag division is. It's going to turn into that. We're going to just rinse and rotate. I wouldn't be surprised if we have a best of 7 again come up.
It's so bad that the women's division doesn't have that many stars that they just put the Raw women's tag team titles on Lita and Becky Lynch. Like, you brought back Lita just to put a title on her because you are lacking in that much talent. It's bad, dude. Steve Kelly says Tony makes the final decision.
Could I see that the Bucks just say, all right, we're done with the trios title, someone else take over, we're going to try to go after the tag team belt, maybe?
I hope so. I don't want to see them wrestle as a trio. Like, Kenny Omega is a single star, right? Like, do you enjoy watching him as in a singles match over a tag match? Let's hear that first.
Singles. I've always liked his work as a singles. Trios, I mean, there's other titles he can go after. I've never seen him, could he go after the mid-card titles, the TNT title, the Atlantic? He could do that. Maybe MJF in the near future. I don't know how that would be, but they just go their separate ways.
Interesting stuff.
I mean, the House of Black really hasn't done much. Probably the most interesting storyline they've had was the one that I wish they would have kept, and that was with Sting and Darby, and that just folded.
Yeah, dude. God, they really dropped the ball on that. It was so good, and I was really hoping it was going to end with Sting and Darby joining the House of Black because the House always wins. You know what I mean? Like, oh, so good, man. Let's get into the next match. Jon Moxley versus Adam Hangman Page in a Texas death match. This is going to be interesting. I know we've seen this match a few times, but we haven't seen a Texas death match.
Yeah.
It's going to be interesting, dude. I don't know.
If I had
feel like you're going to get a lot of them sound bites tomorrow night. Or, well, this Sunday.
Yeah, if I had to take it this one, I'll take Adam Page. Moxley's going to take a vacation after this. Well deserved.
Yeah.
That's what I think. Hangman Moxley doesn't need to win here.
Listen, I know some people are probably tired of this match already. I feel like this is probably the best build going into this pay-per-view. I don't know how you feel, but
yeah, everything since the whole concussion thing, then they tease it with Moxley doing it. And they're teasing other storylines where Hangman might reunite with the Elite. Does that push Kenny away? Are they going to have a feud? I mean, it's interesting how they're going. I mean, I know they did this before where I forgot who it was that beat up all the Dark members. That's what Moxley did. But I think Adam Hangman Page is going to get the win here. It's going to be a bloodbath. That's for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. And I agree with you. I think I'm taking Adam Hangman Page on this one to end the series.
And then
let's see.
Focus with going with the Elite, or maybe he could go after Max.
Oh, God, yeah, I don't know.
I mean, there's a lot
of if that list is any indication that Conrad sent me, and it is in fact a spoiler of who is going to be going for this title. I don't know, man. It's going to be interesting. Steve Kelly says Kenny is he's better as a singles wrestler. I agree, and he says he's picking Adam Hangman Page to win as well. So yeah, interesting, man. It's going to be we'll have to see what happens. And keep in mind, we've already announced 6 matches just right now. We're about to get into the main event, which we know of. And
I'll say this for that Adam Hangman Page and Moxley match. I feel like we're gonna have something similar where Moxley's song is playing in the arena. You got the Blackpool Combat Club coming out to try to help him out, and then you got the Dark Order.
So you think it's going to be like a dusty finish or chaotic?
No, like just chaotic. Like the Dark Order's going to come back and try to help Hangman, Adam Page. You got Claudio and them like sitting ringside or something to, just support them on, and then they get involved. And I don't know, it's going to be a big brawl fest.
Okay. All right. Well, look, like I said, we've already announced 6 matches. I'm sure more are going to be announced this Wednesday on Dynamite. Let's get into this main event, man. MJF carrying Triple B. It's putting the title on the line in a 60-minute Iron Man match against Bryan Danielson. I've already said my piece about Iron Man matches. I feel like it's going to end in hold 3.
Hold 3! The moss-covered, 3-handled family Gradunzel.
I feel like that's going to be it, man, and I feel like MJF's going to be the one to apply it.
What's your score going into this? What do you think the
I think it's 1-0. I think that this match is going to go 1-0. Unfortunately, look, if you're back and forth, then it could make it interesting. Like you get 3 wins versus 2 wins, or you know what I mean. You have more pinfalls involved, then it could possibly be a little more interesting. But I don't see that. I don't see this match doing that. I feel like this match is going to go into a 1 pinfall situation. I don't think we're going to get an overtime situation.
No, I don't see overtime.
Unless they try to recreate that good Brett moment, but MJF screws it over by knocking Bryan Danielson over his head with that ring, that AEW ring.
Yeah, I could see that.
To get the win.
I could see like the typical stuff they've done in Iron matches in the past where the person gets a disqualification just to get an easy fin to tie it up. I wouldn't be surprised if they do that, 10 seconds left and someone tries to get a pin. The ref will be knocked out several times. I can say that. I don't want to throw this out there, but I feel like we might get shot. I know he's been out. He came back for the one Canadian show.
Sean Spears?
I could see him working with somebody.
Ugh, I'm over it.
Because I don't know if it was ever in the mix of originally him working with Regal and then Regal just say, hey, I'm leaving. That could be, that was the guy that supported him at the time. I wouldn't be surprised if he gets involved.
Are you excited for this match at all?
Honestly, I think for myself, I'm kind of interested in what MJF can do in the 60-minute span. He's not your typical wrestler. He just,
okay.
I don't know. You get a different feeling. Like this is a world champion, but we're not complaining. He's not fighting as much, compared to like when Lesnar did it,
Yeah.
But for some reason it works for him. Like just showing up on TV and coming out there doing promos and cursing everyone out.
Personally, I like that he doesn't wrestle every single week. I feel like he's an attraction, and I feel like when you get to see a match with MJF, it's a treat. So I'm okay with him not wrestling all the time.
Yeah, that's utilizing a heel champion.
Yeah,
I think they're doing it correctly.
100%.
And for him to go 60 minutes, he's going to find every strategy in the book to get away with it. If I had to take a score here, 3-2 sounds reasonable myself.
MJF's going to be coming out on the mic.
Fat boy, I got the microphone.
MJF don't play, dude. Look, what's your score?
I'm going to say, I would say 3-2. I would say 3-2. Okay. There's going to be, he'll get him on the submission. I would say the ring gets involved, the diamond ring. And I don't know what the other one would be. Maybe he gets into his head and he actually gets disqualified. The ref sees it. I'm not sure.
Okay.
Some way he's going to get out of it. Some heel.
I feel like, look, if they're going to do it, if they're going to go that route and they're going to give Danielson a pin or a submission in this match at all, then you need to do it immediately. I think that would create such a huge pop for the crowd. You just come out and you submit this boy right off the bat, make him tap the first 15 seconds of this match.
Yeah, you're like, whoa, what the hell just happened? Yeah, just out of the blue.
Just put him up in the yes lock and it's done. The label lock, whatever you want to call it, and it's done. Like
I don't know. It's either that or Max hits him with the diamond ring before the contest happens and then he pins him. Started off with that.
Yeah, either way, but I feel like I think you'd get a bigger reaction if Danielson did it first. It would be interesting to see because I feel like that would build that tension. Oh crap, is Danielson gonna win this match?
I think a straight up pin. I think a straight up pin. He catches MJF like just I don't know, taking the rope off, turns around, bam, hits him and goes for the pin.
Either way, look, I hope it's not just the one pinfall in the match. Because I feel like if you're going to go 60 minutes and you're doing an Iron Man match, something different has to come about this match to keep me invested in it. When I'm watching it and I'm not seeing no pinfalls right away or anything like that, bro, if I'm 20 minutes into this match and there hasn't been a pinfall, I already know that there's going to be one pinfall and it's at the end.
I just have this feeling that Sean Spears returning. I don't know why. Yeah,
I think that would be a lame way to end this pay-per-view.
I think he would just show up. He's the one that supported him. The last we saw him was he got his ass kicked from Wardlow, and that's the last we saw him. He had his kid. It's been some time. He returned for the Canada show. I think that I can't remember what month that was.
Right.
I mean, I could see him in town, California, and sneak in there.
Well, there you have it, man. That's the match card that we currently have.
Do you have any predictions on matches that are not on the card that you would think be in there?
I think that we're going to see Jungle Boy and Christian Cage. I think we're going to get another match with Jade Cargill and probably Red Velvet. I do believe that that's going to happen.
I don't know what her injury situation is. I know everyone's been gloating about it. That
is she injured?
Statlander was one.
Statlander. Yeah, I think her ship has sailed, man. You've come in twice. You were destined to win the title 2 different times. I do believe they had her penciled in to win the title 2 different times, and both times she got injured. So, I mean, look, and once again, I'm calling a spade, dude. If she's injury prone just like that, just like CM Punk was, I think you learned your lesson with CM Punk going into a title match. That maybe that's why I don't think CM Punk is coming in. If he does come back, he's not going to come straight after MJF. I think that we're going to have him wrestle a lot more before we get an MJF match again.
I could say there's probably going to be a Ring of Honor match, at least one on the card. I wouldn't be shocked.
I hope not. I don't want to see any Ring of Honor stuff. I don't feel like it's needed. I feel like this card is pretty stacked.
Yeah.
So
with the hour contest, that's the thing. I think 7. They might throw, like I said, maybe 2 more matches. That's the only ones that would make sense.
Yeah, and you'd have to have a buy-in too, the buy-in. You'd have to have a buy-in to this too. Like, give us 2 of those matches on a pre-show at about 3:00. 3:00, give us a buy-in.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Start your card at 5, and then end it at 8. For God's sakes, ended at 8. Steve, 9 tops. You know what I mean? I'll stay up till 9, but after 9, I'm watching the rest of it tomorrow.
Eddie Kingston wants to fight someone from Japan. We're adding it to the card.
Yeah, Steve Kelly says MJF finds a way to win, and he also says that you let Danielson win the first pinfall. Absolutely. And he also says, keep ROH separate. I believe that too, man. If you're having ROH as a brand, keep your brand separated. I don't need to see ROH on AEW. I'm paying for AEW. If I want to pay for ROH, then I'll go buy Honor Club. Currently,
this Thursday, by the way.
Yeah, I'm not sold on it.
I think, how many matches they tape? Like 20, 25?
Yeah, but either way, they've all been spoiled. So it's like, if they've all been spoiled, that's not selling me on buying it. I'm not going to go pay the $10 to watch something I already know the results to. It's just, I don't know. But what do you think about this card? Do you think, from the 7 matches that we do have, is this worth the $49.99? That is the big question that is on the title of this podcast. Is AEW Revolution worth getting on pay-per-view?
Honestly,
$50, what we have right now this Sunday, Revolution.
I personally, for myself, as I'm going back to look at the card, for myself, like we said, we get 4 pay-per-views of the year from AEW. So I think
5 now.
5. I forgot.
You get Forbidden Door.
Yeah, Forbidden Door, and they're always, we always have our reluctive, cases. It's not like the WWE one, you get like a $10 value. You obviously, that's what you pay for Peacock. With this, I mean, some sort, like, it's weird. Like, there's some matches that have major build-up and there's some that don't, but for some reason they do deliver. Yes, they've had some subpar to bad pay-per-views, But I think incredibly, I think they've all worked the $50 you pay.
I've never bought an AEW pay-per-view and felt like I didn't get my money's worth.
Yeah. I mean, like you said, they give you 12, 13 matches they wanted to. So
it's too much at times. But look, I would pay $50 for these $7 for these 7 matches alone. I would pay the $50. And as a matter of fact, I did. I've already ordered the pay-per-view, James. We are watching Revolution.
The 6-man tag, perfect. Yeah, it was a short build. Okay, yeah, it was a short build. Am I happy about it? No, I think they could have done more with it, but it's his first time match. I've never seen them fight. Hayter, Saraya, and Ruby Soho. Honestly, we don't get that many triple threat.
Oh
well, I'm just calling her Paige.
No, I'm just mad.
I'm
just soundbite that. I'm just calling her Paige. I'm gonna soundbite that.
Yeah. I know there's 2 oddball matches that kind of don't make sense to me, but they might produce better than I think. I mean, Jericho and Ricky Starks. Hey, Jericho might pull something out of the bag.
Do you think it's weird that the ladder match is not on Revolution and it's on Dynamite tomorrow night?
They've done it before, so I'm not surprised. Okay. I'm not surprised. I mean,
I feel like that's a big match that could add value to the pay-per-view. I don't know.
Yeah, I know they do that I know they usually do that for the Double or Nothing. So I think that's more of a showcase one.
Okay.
And I don't know what the schedule is. That one superstar, I think his name is Commander. I don't know if he has some bookings on that Sunday and just couldn't do it. I don't know.
Yeah.
Plus, look, it's a go home show. They always throw a skirt, but this is AEW we're talking about. This, they throw in wild matches. They've done it before. They've had a ladder match, and lo and behold, someone has got hurt before. I think it was Ray Phoenix.
Yeah.
Which I hope no one gets injured. I mean, whoever wins that, could you get a teasing storyline at the pay-per-view where they just, I think, I don't remember if it's the same thing you can cash it in whenever. I don't know if that's the same thing with this one.
No, it's not. It's not. There's no cash-in situation.
Or whatever.
This is how MJF won it. Remember, we got this ring.
Yes. Yes, he won it with the casino ladder match.
He won the brass ring, and we walked around with it for a few months until All Out. So
yeah,
or not All Out.
But honestly, I think we don't get that many. We get 5 pay-per-views out of the year. Honestly, $50 is not going to hurt anybody, and you get your match worth. Whether you get 8 matches, 9.
I feel like this is a stacked card. I like every single match that's on here. I think the Ricky Starks and Chris Jericho and maybe the Samoa Joe and Wardlow match are probably the only matches that I'm just like, meh, I can go take a break right now, but I'm going to watch them. But other than that, dude, I feel like the card is stacked. I'm excited for everything that's going to happen this Sunday. I feel like if you're on the wall about buying this pay-per-view, I think you should. That's what I'm going to recommend. If you're thinking about buying it, just buy it. I think that you're going to be surprised from the outcome of this Revolution. It's going to be good. But other than that, man, I want to thank every single person that has shown up in this live chat tonight and who continues to support the Pro Wrestling Shoot all the time. Another huge way to support us is obviously by going to our sponsors over at Manscaped and using that promo code PWShoot. Lets them know that people listen, lets them know that people are alive and buying their stuff. And if you want to support us personally, we have a great merch store available over at Brainbuster Tees. Go and take a look. Even if you don't buy anything, go and check out the merch store, man. Link is in the description in our drum link, the description of this podcast. Go and check it out. And if you just, I know times are hard, you ain't got money, cool, man. The best way to support us, the best way is by sharing this podcast with a friend or following us on our social medias. We are located at the Pro Wrestling Shoot on all social media because branding matters. You can search the Pro Wrestling Shoot anywhere and you will find us. I'm talking Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, Twitch, YouTube even. Our Pro Wrestling Shoot is our link over here. YouTube.com/The Pro Wrestling Shoot or at The Pro Wrestling Shoot. Same with Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify. If you haven't listened to our previous episodes, go and check them out. That is a great way to support us as well. Keeps our numbers a-rising, man. Once again, though, go check out that link in the description. Make sure you like this video. That helps us in the algorithm greatly. And what helps even more now is apparently comments. So if you're following us on Twitter, if you're following us on Instagram, or you're following us on Facebook, or even watching this podcast on YouTube. If you leave a comment on the video, if you leave a comment on any of our posts, it boosts us in these algorithms. They are changing the algorithms to everything now, and it all matters. Like, comments matter more than likes. So if you're going to like, just leave a quick comment for us, man. That'll help other people see us, and hopefully you'll be introducing a great podcast to your wrestling friends. That's pretty much it for me. James, you got anything else to add on that?
Just honestly, watch Revolution, everybody. That's, support all wrestling. In the long run, we might debate and say this wrestling is better and this one is better. Watch what you like, support the wrestling you love, and that's pretty much my pointing out there.
And be kind to one another, man. Stephen Kelly says, support the Shoot Brothers. I appreciate that, man. We do a lot of work on this podcast, so I really hope everybody is enjoying the content that we put out there. But until next week, guys, we are here every single Tuesday at 4:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. We will see you next week. I know me and James will be here. Hopefully we'll bring Michael back, too, for an episode one of these damn days. We don't know what's going on, but hold on. Stephen Kelly says one more thing. He says, if you don't support the Shoot, I will hunt you down and body slam you. You don't want to get that body slam from Big Steve, bud. It's not a good body slam. But man, I'm Jesse Carter. He's James Bernard Jr. We'll see you next week right here on the Pro Wrestling Shoot.